And now, from America's economy to America's security, the man called the Christmas Day terrorist was in court today to face charges of trying to blow up that plane over Detroit. Dressed in a T-shirt and khakis, he shuffled into the court in ankle shackles, eyes downcast, saying little, his plea not guilty. And the questions continue to flare up today about why his case is in a U.S. court at all, and Chris Cuomo sought the answers. Chris?
Now, Diane, what happened in court today with defendant Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib was fairly straightforward, but this situation has major implications. The legal community is raging about how terrorist suspects should be handled. The debate comes down to three questions. Here they are.
Did the government miss a chance to keep the suspect talking about secret information? According to sources close to the prosecution, questioning of Abdul-Muttalib ended after 30 hours. He was then granted an attorney. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani says that was a huge mistake.
Why would you stop it? There's no reason to stop it, particularly since the administration has created military courts.
But legal experts say interrogations can be just as effective in civilian courts. And in fact, most successful prosecutions of terror suspects have occurred in civilian court. Why couldn't the government use both, the military system and then a civilian court? Some legal experts and former prosecutors say the government could have. Reportedly, it's been done with detainees held at Guantanamo Bay, and most notably with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who started in military custody and is now awaiting civilian trial. So, why didn't it happen here?
Trying in a civilian court, in my view, is basically a victory for the rule of law. Could you have gotten more information? Yes. Would it have been something that would have been usable against him in a court of law? No.
But a former U.S. Attorney General disagrees.
But the obvious thing to have done was initially to have designated him as an unlawful enemy combatant, put him into the custody of the military, and then figure out at relative leisure where you're going to actually prosecute him.
Could Abdul-Muttalib get the death penalty? The answer is no. Except in cases of treason or espionage, federal law requires that a crime result in death in order for the death penalty to apply.
Now, in terms of what will happen next in this case, it could take years if both sides decide to fight out every motion, or it could end quickly. The evidence in this case seems overwhelming, but the goal for the prosecution isn't simply a conviction. It's to get the information that Abdul-Muttalib may have. The trouble is, Diane, it's now up to this defendant whether or not to speak.
And one question, of course, did he in fact train in Yemen?